another beautiful lady that I have had the pleasure of meeting, and this is the first time I'm going to watch her perform as well. She's absolutely doing her thing in the spoken word scene. She's also running her own podcast, which is the Outspoken Podcast. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Y.A.
Big Scoop messed my shit up. Y.A. I've been reminiscing. I've been wishing for a way to convey the things I need to say in such a short space and a fast pace to add to the way the words resonate when you listen. I've been feeling nostalgic. Over days I thought I was about it. I used to walk around with those who couldn't doubt it. My self-esteem was like a light beam. It would beam in your eyes, making you blind. My light so bright, people would stop in their tracks as they stopped in my sight. I'd smile and walk by. At that very time when my very existence had no resistance. If people thought I was different, it's because I knew I was gifted. Young and ambitious, back then it was ridiculous. Sometimes I'd write so well, even I got suspicious. Don't get it twisted, now we're 10 years on. And while my confidence is back, that kind of level's gone. Life came and took it, I put it back on my wish list. I had to go through things that made me pessimistic. I could have been a cynic. Cold and ungiving, I apologised to God to ask for forgiveness. He had it scripted, I never listened. I'd only feel it, but 10 years on, it's got me strong in my realness. Yeah, I'm a realist will feel this. I stay one with my God because I know what the deal is. His words will heal it, my words will seal it. Certain times it's that I'm from bad minds that will steal it. You see, I've been broke. And I don't mean broke as a joke when you're out with your friends and you're drinking and mixer hoping and missed your round last round because you're down to your last pound. Can't even buy your own round to wash down the last as they laugh from the last topping at the shout because you're out but you can't leave now. Nah, I'm talking about the kind of broke you can't take to the shop and top up for hot water. You need hot water, so you resort to kettle water washes. It's a lot. When your plans for life stop still, it's a stop still. Still you don't stay still. I remember how I'd feel. Now I recall those times at my will. Now I love those occasions and my motivation and my past pain and the now in the making. I remember claiming this little girl in my face and how my whole life changed overnight on that day, and with nothing to give her, I cried me a river. Now I smile inside because I know I deliver. I'll never go back there. Back when I couldn't even afford to plait her hair, Kaylee had me on the sofa, gave me her comb and said, "Yaz, here." I remember right there, nothing but pain that year. I remember right there, I learned about patience, I learned about creations, nothing to my name, but times are changing. I don't feel like a failure, so I'm not failing. There's no way, it's hard to explain, it's quite complicated, just know I can't fail in this life, I must make it. I depend on my dependents. My legacy might be this, so it can't be suspended for my descendants. Shout out to pretend friends, the kind of have me round on the weekend on a pretense for information, to help with their dissertation. I would work on that thing like it was for my graduation. Now we're estranged and you can walk past, huh? Hit me back on your masters, my words are art. I gotta be smart, I talk from my heart, I learn from my past. I respect myself. It's been a long time coming, but I protect myself. I control my emotions so I don't upset myself. And I stand on this stage so I don't neglect myself. This is for my health. This is for me time. This is for an outlet. This is for an insight. This is to explore my enlightenment. I love the wordplay. I love the wordplay. I love the words and play with the words as the words play out in verse. Change, rearrange and emerge in a new way. I said I love the wordplay. I love the words and play with the words as the words play out in verse. Change, rearrange and emerge in a new way. As I rehearse about the verse like the liner in my purse. I carry new lines. I come with one-liners. Transcend the light. I transform your mind. It's appreciation. Some of the best lyrics I ever wrote because of you, and I made them 5:30 a.m. standing there waiting with a flow so strong I would train at that station. Determination. I memorized the whole thing. I stood on that stage like, why are we waiting? I can't contain it. I need to say it. Dive right in. Now we drive right in. I strive, I'm on a striving thing. A writing thing. Relax your mind and think. Back to the way I wandered, the way I'd Beam in your eyes, making you blind. My light was so bright, people would stop in their tracks as they stopped in my sight. I'd smile and walk by. Now I stop and say hi. Why? Because I deserve it. I think I earned it. I put the work in. I know I'm worth it. I know I'm worthy. I was reborn from the depths of my depression to emerge into metamorphosize into what you now see, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Metaphorically, I appear in my true form to speak the truth fully to those who seek the truth fully, understanding the purpose of my creativity, positivity. Lyrically, I alchemize with words metaphysically. I am physically here, but my mind is somewhere high. So I say hi to remind myself where I reside. A heavenly place where my faith collides with a previous state of pain when my past survives. Thank you. Y.A. I've got commitments to issues that affect this whole world if we're talking about circles. I've got seeds that are planted and watered on dirt that deem me too dirty for my dirt to ever be considered fertile. Like my shoots could never grow. Like when I shoot my shot, I'll never know. Had to keep my light bright enough or let the light shine enough to let the shine brighten up the seeds I've already sown. It's like I could never show how I've grown up and owned up to this throne stuff on my own stuff. If I show up for my glow up and I blow up, then we'll all know. Then we'll all know who's really down and who's down for the really. Who's riding for me and who's riding with me. Who clicks to applause me and who pauses to click me. Who's down for the sure but not sure for the really. Who understands my cause. Who wants to throw me off course. Who wants to grow the discord. Who wants to highlight my flaws. Who wants to stir in my sauce. Who wants to tell me of course. Who wants to see me take flights but then hate when I saw. I've got strange commitments to lenders, suppliers and vendors. I stop watching time vendors. I post while my senders send lessons and messages laced with amphetamines, left with some sediment to kickstart my adrenaline. It's evident, irrelevant. Sometimes it makes me hesitant. Sometimes I feel irrational. Sometimes I feel benevolent. I'm desperately trying to mind my own biz, but honestly, it's proving to only be lethal. Yes, I am urban, but subject to change. When I change up my ways and I'm speaking to new people. Yes, I am Asian. Yes, I am regal. Now it doesn't add up. Yes, it's unequal. People will see you, mistake and deceive you. They'll watch you set the bar high enough just for them to use it to beat you, make attempts to defeat you. I need you to desperately deep how I deep what I've been through. I nearly left free, with me 6 foot deep when I deep what I've been through. I nearly left me, a different kind of lean when I see what I see, when I see what I've seen through the eyes of the old me. When I didn't know me, my eyes didn't show me, but my heart only knows we. All get a test. If my test is of character, I'm familiar with that story. I am the narrator. My poems are surely there to explore me, there to implore me, there to address me, there to adorn me. It's me and my creator. It's we. We don't claim failure as long as I see that that's my sustainer. I'll prevail with my art, prevail with my craft, prevail with my allies, prevail with my past, and I'll outlast. I'll outlast any of the villains that are planning their attempts on me. If I've survived the wars you could never send for me, humour me. Let's pretend that we could really be on the same level. You really think you could be the end of me? You stopped. You're shocked. Do you see how time bends for me? You watch. Tick tock. See how you can't clash integrity on edge. A flop. Broke, now you want to lend from me. It's dead. It's gone. You'll never change my destiny. Energies from enemies has many me's attentively aligning in assemblies to counterclash you readily. You warily try scaring me but cannot see that I am queen. I am me. I am power. I am queen. I am power. And I'll recite this in my darkest hour. You see, I come from the south. South London in the house, so in London we wear tracksuits for the lawsuits as a court case from the disputes make them prosecute. I mean persecute. New recruits, blue lights driving old routes in pursuit of youths who rebuke them. Yeah, knife crimes on the rise as the youngest demise, and the government deny that they pressurise and penalise. I can't describe how I refute them. I refute the actions of the lies told in disguise of a trustworthy system. Listen. You can't inject our communities and play dumb with the infection. You can't contribute to a problem but use it as a point to address in your manifesto for your next election. We live in a time where our children feel like carrying knives is necessary for their own protection. When we campaign for our rights, policymakers deny it like the government's on side when the government neglects them. The policemen pit them. I said the policeman pick them, scan and select them, search and arrest them, stress and upset them, oppress and then test them, suppress their expression, depress and repress them, and then want to question. I said the policeman pick them, scan and select them, search and arrest them, stress and upset them, suppress their expression, oppress and then test them, suppress and repress them, and then want to question. Question. Let's question. Why they then can't be the cure and the cause. Why my ends become badder than yours. Why fighting is more than gang wars and our lives become less than these scores. We shit for a draw. Talk you ignored, fighting with boards, the pain that's endured. In short, I'm sure your vision isn't wholly obscured with what we're really fighting for. You're honestly telling me that our young people are only killing each other for just gang initiations and postcodes. Honestly telling me that when our youth feel the heat, no one can see that the lives lost in these photos are more than just bozos from ghettos. Hobos with no home, living loco with no code, road kids with no road, killing each other for promos. I propose you listen. Elevate this generation instead of encouraging this killing. We live in a system where companies are paid to advertise and glamorize killings and then turn a blind eye when our children lose their lives because everybody else's morals have gone missing. Stop it. Because I see it now. I see it now and I'ma rep it. I see it now. I gotta keep a certain energy to keep it now. It's deeper now. I gotta plant on a higher level just to reap it now. I seek it out. That seed of doubt is what I speak about. I'm involved. I've evolved. I've resolved. My story's told. I will grow old. Loving me, lovingly, love and see, hide and seek, find and speak. My depths are deep. My soul's been weak, but my mind is free. My pages keep the very heart of me. I wholeheartedly give. Please receive. All praise be to the creator of me because it might not be clear to see, but it's personal to me. My reflections, a reaction, as an action, as I mentioned, my resentment when I consider my sentence on my mind's death row. Broken glass tiptoes, under feet although I'd walk fast and slow, 100 to 0. I know I now owe so much more to myself than an apology. Now I utilise that pain, anthology. Now I'm one in a meal anomaly. I'm centered and still. I solemnly dare to speak honestly of my peak. Now I'm free. Now I'm freed. Please heed my need for you to be purposeful just like me. Because although my words scream acknowledge me and my socials are set for you to follow me, this time last year I could barely breathe, and all I really mean is just stop and see how you can change your point of view, because changing changed me. Thank you very, very much.